A multi-vector API attack is really an orchestrated attack that includes several phases, multiple techniques, and invasion tactics. From the attacker's standpoint, the goal here is to be low and slow, all while evading security detection. And while these attack vectors aren't actually new, the combination and the automation is. These attacks are targeting multiple layers of an organization's network and their applications. Why are these attacks challenging? That's because most security teams today deploy security technologies that are point solutions that only solve for one specific use case. They limit the actual visibilities needed to effectively and efficiently respond to these complex multi-vector attacks. ThreatX partnered with a global media organization that creates video games, and while this organization was about to launch its new product, an attacker initially leveraged a botnet, and this botnet identified the new video game in its staging area. While probing around, the attacker then used this botnet to exploit the product going undetected, ultimately identifying vulnerabilities within its APIs. Months later, when the game was released, the attacker came back again, deploying a large account takeover attack. While the security organization was responding to what they thought was a brute force attack, there was actually a much lower and slower exploitation attempt happening, which was targeting the vulnerable APIs discovered earlier in the reconnaissance phase. These attackers were being sophisticated by rotating their tactics and techniques, trying to obscure the fact that the real goal here was to identify and then exploit the vulnerable APIs. To combat these types of multi-vector attacks, security teams must first start with a focus on the attackers themselves. The key is the ability to do IP interrogation and IP fingerprinting, combining that data with the actual identification of repeated, suspicious, and malicious behaviors. This allows security teams to build the risk profile that tracks the attacker's behavior over time, therefore identifying the anomalies within your environment, ultimately allowing you to have enough information to be able to decide what to do, such as taking action like blocking the attacker in real time. It's important that you have the full context, not just the data from the web application firewall, a DDoS solution, or a bot solution. It's really about combining all of these solutions into one single platform that can correlate that data over time, that can identify the real risk to your organization. It is also crucial that the detection of the attack is in real time. Therefore, you're not discovering the incident too late.